Paul is saying you must walk in Him. As you received His life, so now you give your life to Him. He has a right to it. He's to dominate our manner and activity. Receiving Christ is not the end, but it's the beginning of a life of faith. We often present the gospel as if receiving Christ in faith is the finish line. It's not the finish line, it's the starting gate. And it's not a 100-meter dash. It is a walk. It is a hard walk some days. It's one step after another. Times going over rocky ground, trudging along. But always upward, always heavenward, always onward. Paul uses 3 participles to define our walking in Christ. He says, rooted in Him, built up and established. He has in mind here the idea of growth. That is that they have roots that are in Christ. And if there are roots, there is the expectation that something will grow from it. He's saying your foundation is in Christ, and if there is a foundation, you expect there to be a building that would arise on top of that foundation. That there is to be growing in maturity and in knowledge and in faithfulness. But notice his caution here, his all-important point. The plant does not grow in different soil than it started. The building doesn't somehow grow upon a different ground. It's the same. As we began in Christ, so we continue in Christ. Our Christian life began in Christ, receiving Christ, the message of Christ, by the Spirit of Christ. And so it continues in the same way, by the Word of Christ, by the Spirit of Christ. It's the same ground, same soil. We don't need something else. We don't need something different. We don't need something more, like these false teachers were offering. We walk in Christ. And the Christian life it is this life of constant motion. There's no stagnation. There's no settling down. We grow. We're built up in Christ. How? The same way we received Him, by His Word and by His Spirit. We cling to His Word. We cling to His Spirit.